Imagine stepping into the mind of one of the greatest explorers of the human psyche, Carl Jung, a man whose insights have not only shaped modern psychology, but who also dared to venture into the deepest recesses of the unconscious, archetypes, and the very fabric of our souls. Today, we embark on a profound journey through his life. Carl Jung was born in 1875 in Kessel, Switzerland, into a family steeped in religious thought and academic tradition. His father was a pastor, which gave young Carl early exposure to spiritual and symbolic language, shaping his lifelong fascination with the unconscious and the symbolic nature of the human mind. As a young man, Jung was deeply interested in mythology, philosophy, and the occult. He studied medicine at the University of Basel, where he gravitated towards psychiatry. His initial research involved schizophrenia and word association tests, which marked the beginning of his lifelong commitment to understanding the psyche. One of the pivotal chapters of Jung's life was his relationship with Sigmund Freud. Freud saw Jung as his intellectual heir, and for several years the two collaborated closely. However, their paths diverged dramatically over fundamental disagreements. Freud focused primarily on sexuality as the root of psychological issues, while Jung expanded the lens to include spirituality, mythology, and a collective unconscious. This split, though painful, freed Jung to develop his own unique analytical psychology. In 1913 and 1930, Jung embarked on an intensely personal journey, documented in his Red Book, a manuscript filled with vivid illustrations and writings from his confrontation with his own unconscious. This period of introspection and exploration of dreams and visions laid the foundation for many of his theories. At the heart of Jung's psychology are concepts that unlock deep layers of the human experience. Unlike Freud's personal unconscious, Jung proposed a collective unconscious, a shared psychic reservoir of human experience inherited across generations. This collective unconscious contains archetypes, universal symbols and motifs such as the mother, the hero, the shadow, and the anima/animus, which appear in myths, dreams, and art worldwide. The shadow represents the darker hidden parts of our psyche, often qualities we deny or reject in ourselves. Jung emphasized the importance of confronting and integrating the shadow for psychological wholeness. Example, a patient presenting with excessive anger may, upon exploration, discover deep-seated fears or insecurities fueling this emotion. By bringing these unconscious elements to awareness, the patient can integrate them and achieve balance. The persona is the social mask we wear, a role adopted to navigate societal expectations. Over-identification with the persona can lead to a loss of authenticity. Example, a successful executive who hides feelings of inadequacy behind a confident exterior may struggle with anxiety and burnout. Recognizing this mask allows for deeper self-acceptance. But Jung's central goal of psychological development is individuation, the process of becoming your true, whole self by integrating conscious and unconscious parts. 3 famous quotes and wisdom to live by. 1. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. This quote emphasizes the importance of self-reflection and inner work for true awakening. It's a call to dive into your psyche rather than be distracted by external illusions. Application. Start journaling or meditating daily to explore your dreams, thoughts, and feelings. Notice what arises without judgment. 2. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Jung warns that unexamined unconscious drives shape our lives unbeknownst to us. By bringing these patterns into awareness, we regain control. Application. Pay attention to recurring patterns, emotional reactions, and dreams as clues to unconscious material. 3. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. This quote challenges us to face our inner truths, however uncomfortable. Application. Practice radical honesty with yourself about your fears, desires, and motives. Deep dives into his best-selling books. 1. Man and His Symbols, 1964. This was Jung's effort to make his ideas accessible to the public. The book explains how symbols appear in dreams and myths and how understanding them can guide us. Key lessons. Dreams are direct messages from the unconscious. Symbols communicate what words cannot, and paying attention to dreams can illuminate unresolved conflicts. Application. Keep a dream journal. Reflect on recurring symbols and what they might mean personally. 2. Memories, Dreams, Reflections, 1962. Jung's autobiography reveals his personal journey, including his spiritual crises and insights. Key lessons. The path of individuation is lifelong and filled with challenges. Personal crises often precede major psychological growth, and the unconscious is not only a source of fear, but also of creativity. Application. View your own struggles as potential growth points rather than obstacles. 3. The Archetypes and the Collective Unconscious, 1959. This book dives into archetypes and their role in shaping human experience. Key lessons. Archetypes are universal psychological patterns. Recognizing archetypal forces helps us understand personal and cultural phenomena, and we embody multiple archetypes at different life stages. Application. Identify which archetypes are currently influencing your behavior. The hero during challenges, or the caregiver in relationships. 4. Psychological types, 1921. Jung introduced personality typologies, later inspiring the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. Key lessons. People vary on axes like introversion/extroversion and thinking/feeling, and understanding your type helps in career, relationships, and self-growth. Application. Explore your personality type and respect differences in others. 5. Modern Man in Search of a Soul, 1933. A collection of essays addressing the spiritual and psychological dilemmas of modern life. Key lessons. Modernity has disconnected us from the soul, and psychological healing requires reconnecting to the deeper self. Application. Engage in practices like meditation, art, or nature walks to nourish your soul. 6. The Red Book, published posthumously in 2009, Jung's personal journal of visions and fantasies during his confrontation with the unconscious. Key lessons. Deep personal exploration can unlock hidden creativity and wisdom, and the unconscious communicates in symbols and stories. Application. Embrace creative expression as a pathway to self-discovery. Modern-day applications. Bringing Jung into your life today. 1. Shadow work. Use journaling and honest self-reflection to identify traits you disown or deny. Practice acceptance and watch how this leads to greater inner peace. 2. Dream analysis. Record your dreams and explore their symbolic meanings. This helps connect conscious life with unconscious wisdom. 3. Embrace your persona and authenticity. Recognize when you are playing a role to please others and reconnect with your true self. 4. Seek individuation. Create a personal growth plan incorporating therapy, creative expression, and spiritual practices. 5. Notice synchronicities. Pay attention to meaningful coincidences as clues from the unconscious guiding your path. Carl Jung's work offers a timeless map for the journey inward, revealing the complexity and beauty of the human psyche. By understanding his teachings, engaging with your unconscious, and embracing your whole self, you can unlock deeper meaning, creativity, and fulfillment in life. Remember, the greatest adventure is the one within. Take the first step today. Thank you for joining this deep dive into Carl Jung. If you found value here, please like, subscribe, and share to help others awaken to their inner world.